all is set for President Tinubu's state visit to China.
First Gender and Social Norms Summit holds in Abuja.
Nigeria receives Mpox vaccines from the United States.
On Good Morning Nigeria today, we shall discuss latest GDP growth figures.
This week, the National Bureau of Statistics released new GDP figures for the country, indicating a 3.19% increase in Q2 growth from the corresponding figure in 2023.
Absolutely. Now, last year, the growth figure was pegged at 2.51%. But the current growth rate is attributed to improved performance of the services sector.
These Q2 figures have been described as the second highest performance by the economy in the last 5 quarters, lower than Q4 of 2023.
And other sectors with modest growth in Q2 include the industry sector, non-oil sector, and the agricultural sector. But the oil sector did not fare so well. The average daily oil production decreased to 1.41 million barrels per day from 1.57 in Q1.
Industry watchers are also insisting that the financial and insurance sector remained a top performer in Q2 GDP growth figures.
And there are others, of course, who have the opinion that the hike in monetary policy rate in the early part of the year by the Central Bank of Nigeria took a toll on food in the second quarter of this year.
They also explained that the growth through the services sector does not give the economy a clean bill of health. Most of these issues came up when the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edo, unveiled the Implementation Committee of the Accelerated Stabilization and Advancement Plan, ASAP.
Now, this plan intends to revitalize key sectors of the economy for sustainable development, and it will be applied in 8 priority areas. Now, the plan is also expected to sort out key challenges affecting current reform initiatives to stimulate development. So these will form our focus on the latest GDP growth figures today on Good Morning Nigeria. And I welcome you to the program. I am Claire Adilabu Abdulrazak.
And I'm Ademola Adeoye. We are live on the network service of the NTA. We'll join our colleague Dennis Adeguloye for the news in just a moment. A much later newspaper review. So let's begin with the news. Dennis, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Ademola, and good morning, Claire. Good morning, Nigeria. Here is the morning news. President Bola Tinubu is to embark on a state visit to China in the first week of September. Presidential advisor on media and publicity, Ajuri Ngalale, announced this at a press briefing in the State House. The presidents will also attend the 2024 Forum on China-Africa Cooperation, also scheduled for the 5th to 7th of September.
This engagement is expected to yield very tangible, immediate, future dividends for the sake of the Nigerian economy and for the benefit of the Nigerian people. And the President is placing a premium on deliverables, ensuring that this is not a talk shop, but that this is something that will yield results for our people, justifying any expenditure.
First Lady Oluremi Tinubu is seeking the enforcement of stiffer laws and punishments to perpetrators of sexual abuse and other forms of gender-based violence in the country. She made the call at the first Gender and Social Norms Summit 2024, organised by the United Nations Population Fund in collaboration with the Renewed Hope Initiative. The summit again shines the spotlight on the menace of gender-based violence.
Even our babies are violated. Do we allow this trend to continue, or do we look the other way? That is why I'm calling on the law enforcement, the Inspector General of Police, the Attorney General of the Federation, the Chairman of the National Assembly, to appropriate and enforce stiffer laws and punishments for perpetrators of rape, sexual violence, and other forms of gender-based violence.
The federal government has taken delivery of 10,000 doses of Genius vaccine donation from the United States government through the U.S. Agency for International Development to strengthen the national response to the current Mpox outbreak. At the official handing over of the vaccine at the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency headquarters in Abuja, Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Mohammed Ali Patti, said the federal government remains resolute in improving the health of citizens.
Thank you very much and most sincerely to the United States government for this wonderful donation that will help our Nigerian citizens.
Nigeria government has put together a vaccination plan. So there's a plan how to use these vaccines effectively.
As the 7-day nationwide warning strike by the National Association of Resident Doctors enters its third day, hospitals in the nation's capital are experiencing notably low activity.
I feel so bad, so pain. Because of this transport again, you came, you didn't see anybody. Please, whatsoever that kidnap should release them because of our heads.
And they sincerely they have been attending to people in emergency ward. But once they see that your case is not that too tedious, they will send you back.
Minister of Information and National Orientation Mohammed Idris has called on the British Broadcasting Corporation, BBC, to further strengthen mechanisms to addressing the challenges of rapid spread of misinformation, disinformation and fake news, hindering progress and eroding trust between government and the people. This was when the minister paid a working visit to the BBC headquarters in London. Special advisor to the Minister on Media, Rabiu Ibrahim, says the minister's visit to the BBC is part of bridge building and cooperative efforts between Ministry of Information and National Orientation and foreign and local media houses. The minister met the BBC's top management, headed by Jonathan Munro, Deputy Chief Executive Officer of BBC News and Director of the BBC World Service, where he canvassed the need to foster understanding as a key element in driving development. Well, that's the news for now on Good Morning Nigeria. The programme will continue after this break with Ademola and